And now, something that won't break your bones. A discussion about Boku no Hero Academia.
I would very much question that. Did you not remember the episode where Deku broke and shattered his own arms and leg?
Uh, okay, I forgot about that.
He was constantly breaking them.
Okay. But something to segue into it from what we were talking about beforehand kind of failed, I guess.
Nice try. I'm gonna point out the flaws, though.
You always point out the flaws, though.
Look, man. All right. It's so easy. They're so large and gaping. I mean, it's hard to say what really happens in this besides just, hey, round 3 starts, I guess. They got to basically move the location because the last fight just decimated the area.
And all the mushrooms take 2 hours to dissolve.
Yeah, on top of that, it takes 2 hours or so before they'll disappear. In the meantime, All Might's just there you feel something weird with the quirk? Is something going on, Deku?
And I just loved Bakugo showing up hey, why are you always sneaking off? I was supposed to be the only one that knows about this, and you're being so mysterious.
No, he's you're being too obvious, you idiots.
That's the line.
I'm supposed to be having this secret, and I'm keeping quiet, and you idiots are being too obvious. So he gets the down low on the fact that One for All just kind of triggered on its own at one point. What else goes on? That's really it for the in between, aside from just some banter between some of the other others.
And I forget, does Bakugo know Deku inherited All for One?
Yeah, he got the whole lowdown at the end of season 3, I think it was.
Okay,
or season 4.
I was reading that at the end or near the end of the most recent movie, Deku lends All for One to Bakugo.
I know one of those movies was canon. I don't know if that one is. I'm not sure on the canonicity, assuming that's the word, on all of the movies. I know for sure the one is. I don't know about the most recent one.
Are the One Piece movies at all canon?
9 times out of 10, I should correct that, 9.999 repeating times out of 10, anime movies are not canon to the main story. And I believe that is the case with One Piece.
Okay.
The fact that the Dragon Ball's Super Broly movie was canon was kind of shocking.
Oh, and one more sidetrack before we get back into this. Did you hear they're making a Super 2 movie?
I've heard there is a movie. I heard that it's going to be announced. We're recording this on the 8th, so it's going to be announced tomorrow on Goku Day.
Mm-hmm.
What it is, nobody knows. All they know is that according to a link that somebody left in by mistake, there was going to be an announcement about a movie tomorrow. It doesn't go anywhere. Link's broken. Doesn't do shit. But you hover over it, and it lists out that that's what the thing is. So who knows? There's speculation on what it could be. It could be an entire arc pared down into a movie, which would probably be terrible. Like an arc out of the manga, I mean. Which would probably go poorly, because from what I understand, that's a fairly long arc, and to pare it down into a 2-hour movie, it's going to be real hard. But it could be a little extra thing. Who knows?
But back to Boku, Steel was going kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, Real Steel was just punching his way through everything because he's not too smart. He's not smart. Nobody can scout. I'm gonna just make a mess after literally we had to move the stadium, the location for the fight, because everyone destroyed the last one.
And didn't Vlad say hey, be careful next time, don't make too big of a mess?
He didn't say those exact words. He said try to keep area destruction to a minimum, right? And immediately just, I'm a rampage against everything.
And Pony just like, is her quirk just the ability to grow and fire off horns?
Yeah, we looked at that after the last recording. Yes, her quirk is literally just she can grow horns back and she can control, I believe it's up to 4,
Yes.
and launch them like rockets.
Huh.
And from what I understand and from what it looks like, she might very well be able to control where they go. Like, not just a single direction, but like in midair change directions, maybe.
She also seems. No, no. That's just the angle she's standing at. I was going to say she seems to have reversed knees too.
She does.
Oh.
Again, we looked at that last week. I pointed it out. She does. It's not knees, but it's like down at the ankles. Like she's got raised heels. So she like walks on her toes.
Who else is there on Class B?
Mudman, who can just soften things.
Anything.
Yes, anything, which I was kind of amazed by, where I'm like, I didn't even consider how that was going to screw up Ida and being able to move.
And like Tokiomi, or crap, not Tokiomi,
Todoroki.
Todoroki, thank you. Like muddening the ice?
Yeah, he moved real quickly to be able to do that.
And he's like, oh yeah, I just softened a bunch of random objects. Like, hey, I don't remember which ones I did.
Yeah, I just softened a bunch of stuff up before you got here. Oh, I'm not even sure if he has a time limit on how long that stays active either. Like he might, I'm not sure.
I thought he said something right as Engine was starting to break free.
No, he said a time limit on Ingenium's ability. Like, yeah, you can only do that for so long. And Ingenium's like, fuck, that's old school, man. I did some shit. What is it? Tailman's getting his like butt handed to him by Spiral. Oh no, that's what Mudman was talking about. Spiral only, I guess, can only do that for a certain amount of time. Like Spiral's got his own time limit as well.
And I thought that is a cool quirk. He can like just spiral any part of his body.
Yeah, he can spin any part of his body. I'm curious what that means if he tries to do a headbutt. Can he spin his head 360? Can we get ourselves what is it? I hate it when I can't remember shit. It's the worst. It's that movie where she turns her head 360 and starts puking everywhere.
The Exorcist.
There it is. Can you get an Exorcist moment with him?
No. You know who he would be best friends with? Johnny Joestar.
Nah. Although, here's the interesting bit, right? As we're going into this, apparently both Shoto and the little bit we get to see of Endeavor kind of start having like a simultaneous flashback to, I guess, like a really harsh training session that Endeavor was forcing him through.
Mm-hmm.
Where I guess one of his other older brothers got really close, but from what Endeavor said, he was too his constitution wasn't strong enough to handle it because he inherited his mother's weak constitution. But he's fairly certain that that Shoto could pull it off. So I'm curious because from what it sounded like based on the subs, he hadn't done it during the training session. Like he hadn't done it successfully. So I'm curious if Shoto pulls it off in this. I assume he's going to, based on what they're building up, or at least he's going to attempt it. Either because he's put into a corner, or because he thinks it's the only way to do it, like to get the chance off. Which I'm real curious what it is.
Maybe is it a new super move?
Perhaps, maybe it's fusing his ice and his fire together, like creating a steam bath or something.
Ooh.
Although I'm actually curious at this point over the idea of like, is this something that would allow him to more directly attack someone rather than like having to deal with an AoE everywhere? Because that seems to be Shoto's weakness. He's great at just going and doing mass damage to a large area, but it seems he has trouble concentrating that into a single point.
And can Shoto fire out ice and fire simultaneously?
I assume he can. I don't think we've ever seen him actually do it, but I think he can, which is why I'm thinking he could do some kind of steam setup. Because, well, that would be actually even more interesting, right? Because, like, I forget how it works, but I remember learning about that you could literally flash change states of matter. You could literally jump from a solid to a gas if it's superheated fast enough. And I'm curious if he'd be able to do something like that. Like, could he produce ice and then flash turn it into water vapor? And how would that work? Or if could he use that to like do some kind of an attack of some kind, or like some kind of defensive technique, maybe?
Or could he? And I'm not too sure if it works this way, but could he change air pressure by doing that?
You know, that's also a possibility. Again, I believe that would probably be the case. It would force air pressure to change because a solid is way more condensed than a gas that the water vapor would be, right? Like, it would displace air, and who knows what that would cause, because you're just expanding that at a hyper speed with the heat.
And from the way they were talking in the beginning, it seems that Mushroom Girl might have the potential of becoming a villain due to the lethality of her quirk.
Oh, we talked about this. Yeah, she could totally be an assassin.
Yeah, just like bringing that up because they were like, oh yeah, she's super dangerous.
Oh yeah, she could totally be like lethal as shit. It seems like Tailman's having trouble with Spiral. Rockety's more or less working with Real Steel to deal with Tentacle. You know, our little sensory dude, who I'm still curious exactly how his ability works. It's never been really clear to me. Like, I get he can create different like body parts at the end of his like
limbs,
limb wing things. But like, are they better than his normal eyes and ears? Why does he just randomly create a mouth there to talk when he's got a perfectly good one as far as we can tell under the mask?
And I kind of like the one part about Ochiro and the pink girl is like, the pink girl said something like half flirty about Deku, and she just turned on her gravity powers accidentally.
Yeah, Mina. Yeah, just starts fucking with her.
Like, hey, let me down.
Yeah. Oh no, she doesn't say that. That's fucking what is his name? Minoto? I forget his name. But it's him that says that. She's like breakdancing in midair at that point. She's like, she starts saying things like break and like,
oh yes,
she looks like she's starting to breakdance in midair.
I mixed that up.
Minoru, that was his name. Grape boy.
Perfect grape boy.
I mean, that goes without saying with this character.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm curious because Shoto's in a bind where he can't let loose because he'll catch his teammates in the crossfire.
Quite literally.
Yeah. Or cross ice, I guess. You could use that one too. So yeah, I am super curious where this goes from here because either side has a decent option. We did learn that apparently Ingenium got his new and improved boosters or mufflers, I guess, by tearing out his old ones and new ones growing to replace them like teeth.
I think that got brought up like season 2 or 3. I remember that, but I didn't know he could do it indefinitely.
What?
Like pulling out his muffler.
No, we never learned that until now. That was never a thing.
I thought they brought that up earlier. I'm
Nope.
positive they did.
Nope. They brought up the limit that he couldn't do it for that long. And this is the answer that they provided in this season to fix that problem, or at least, make it a little bit less of a problem. They never introduced any of that to us before. This is brand new as far as I can remember.
I could have sworn I remembered that from somewhere.
Mm-mm.
Huh. Comment section, help us out. Was it brought up earlier?
Deduct his points, comment section.
Or give me points?
No, deduct them all.
No. No.
Yeah, that's kind of the point we got left on is that Ida is breaking his way out of the ice that refroze around him, and he's having to deal with Mudman, and then who knows what. I don't know whether or not they're going to win this one. Like, either side, honestly. Because there are good counters and catches to either one. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, I don't know how good... his name's Shoji, that's what it is. I don't know how good Shoji's ability is, really? Like, in this fight at all? Because I don't know what it does for him in this case. Because it just seems like this has turned into an all-out, upfront brawl now. So I don't know what he can really do.
Yeah, this, you know, it would be interesting if there would be maybe this one, maybe number 4, but if it ends in a draw and this whole tournament ends with a 2-2-1 stalemate.
Is that your prediction?
Maybe.
I'm actually reading up on what's his name, Mezzo. Reading up on his abilities. Apparently, yes, those sensory parts that he creates are stronger than normal.
Oh,
Like better sight, better hearing. He is just physically stronger. Also, apparently, what else is this? He's strong in general. Like he's carried multiple people on his back before, which I think vaguely happened back during that exam arc where they were getting their license exams.
mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could use it as a shield too, because they have the webbing between the arms. Though I don't know how good that's going to be, aside from getting yourself injured in the process. That's about it.
I guess.
Yeah, I still don't see him being very useful in this fight. Like, even knowing now what they do, I still don't see it being useful, because again, it's just kind of an upfront brawl.
Yeah. So we'll have to see which class comes out on top on the next episode of Boku no Hero Academia. I guess that's it from us for now.
Yeah, that's about it for now. I don't got anything else to add to this one.
Alright, catch everybody next week.
Yeah.